Welcome to the Wasteland, gals and ghouls. I need to please talk to you about the chicken. Yes, the bok chicken in the coop and the corn, the clucking chicken. Can we talk about the chicken? Nobody's talking about the chicken. I need to talk about the chicken. Let's back up a little bit. We're playing Fallout 4. We're playing as Lucy. Welcome to the Wasteland. Thank you so much for joining me. I have this nice little frame of which I am... Oh! Let's get our frame back. We're just gonna look at the beautiful day in the Wasteland through this porthole of viewing. Before we talk about the chicken, let's back up. The Fallout show came out a couple weeks ago. I started this playthrough in anticipation of that show, with the idea being we make a character that looks like Lucy, and we kind of play along with the show as we're playing the game. You know, an episode comes out, we're gonna play the game and talk about the episode. All kinds of fun stuff was planned. Well, to mine and everybody's surprise, the show not only came out a day early, but they released the whole thing. The whole season, all 8 episodes, I believe. So that was a surprise. The plan to watch an episode and then just wait in anticipation and, you know, go to work and talk to your friends about what happened that episode and what's gonna happen next episode. That wasn't a thing. They released the whole gosh darn thing all at once, which is an amazing gift, but the poor content creators must have been losing sleep. Like, there were some people, excuse me, some YouTubers that I watch. Ooh, yep, we gotta take our safety cone with us. There were some content creators that I watched specifically for gaming and Fallout, and poof, did they know that they were going to drop the entire season all at once? Because they probably had some much bigger plans than I did. And a much bigger audience awaiting such things. We're just dilly-dallying between our two settlements right now before we head to Diamond City. We did the first mission, met the Minutemen, brought them back to Sanctuary, our original home. Just kind of fast forwarded through all that. And now I think the plan is we're gonna go to Diamond City. So let's, whoop, again, get used to the PlayStation. It's gonna be great. Let's get used to heading to, excuse me, let's head to Diamond City while we're chatting here. And I'm gonna take 2 seconds to turn the AC off that just turned on. Okay. Bark, bark, bark. Cluck, cluck, cluck. We will get to the chicken in a moment. And if you know what I'm talking about with the Fallout chicken, then good on you. Because, as I said, I haven't heard, and I don't know if I even mentioned this, I haven't heard anyone talking about this. Anyways, they dropped the whole show. Everybody's going nuts over it. Everybody that loves Fallout and games. It was incredible. I will just share my personal opinion a little bit as a huge fan of the series. I watched the first episode, and then I had to watch the second episode. And then after the second episode, I was emotionally exhausted. It was so much of what I anticipated and hoped for, so true to the series. The props, the art design, the writing, you know, there were what was that? Did you see that? Oh, it was a bird. Okay. The writing, the acting was incredible. From someone who has a background education in media productions and someone who loves the series, my brain and heart were jumping all around watching this show, analyzing every little bit of it, recognizing all the sounds. Hey, that's the stim pack. That's the sound that dog meat makes in the game. It's the same as in the show. All these little details were hitting my brain, and it was overwhelming. By the second episode, I was done, as far as I needed a break. I could not go on with the show because there was so much to unpack, and I wanted to be fresh and able to take it all in. Because there's a lot to unpack there. So I took a break, went out, touched grass, in real life. We're gonna talk to Trash Can Carla here for a second before we move on. Just enjoying a little smoky smoke, huh?
Yeah?
Hey.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
The latter. I don't want to threaten you. Why is that such a tempting option? Let's ask you about Diamond City.
Diamond City? Where's that?
Directions. Figures. Just keep going until you see the skyline.
Oh dear. You weren't there is a feral gang of dogs attacking my pup all of a sudden. I was not expecting such a thing. Well, welcome to the wasteland. Oh, I hate it when I have to kill the dogs, but it makes it easier when they're killing my dog to justify it. Oh, something else in the show. And I'm just going to talk about the first couple episodes, so there's not any real spoilers. They freaking kill a dog in Fallout. What show can get away with killing a dog and have it be still watchable? Yeah, they brought him back, and that was pretty brilliant. But, damn, they just went there. And they did it with their main character, who's supposed to be the likable, kind of terrible creature.
We had a deal, Trudy.
So yeah,
Hand
that
over the
was a
goods.
trip.
You owe
There were a lot of things in the show that I knew would be oh, I'm missing this whole thing. Here,
He bought them fair and
let's talk
square,
about these guys.
Trudy. Ain't our fault if he's strung out.
Whoa, hi.
Whoa, easy
I'm just
there,
walking by.
Vault girl.
I heard a
This
little
doesn't involve you.
argument here. I know it doesn't involve me, but should I
You stop waving that gun in my
get
face,
involved?
or it's gonna involve me.
Okay, just take it easy.
There we go.
We'll lower our weapons, all right?
I mean, I don't mind
anything
minding
crazy.
my own business, but I see two people with guns threatening a lady at her establishment. I don't think I'm gonna demand money. That's not something I would do. Let's offer
Looks
help.
like you got some trouble. I could help.
Help. What are you, some kind of hired gun?
No,
Or maybe
I'm
you
just
can
Lucy.
talk some sense into Trudy over there.
Should I ask for money? Let's talk to Trudy.
I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work this out.
I appreciate it. If things go sideways, we'll back you up.
All right. Oh my gosh, Simone, I'm sorry. I should have got involved.
All by
Well,
myself.
I got involved where I
No
shouldn't have, and I
power
died.
armor and fancy minigun.
So we're just gonna ignore that this time and head to Diamond City. Okay, we're getting back on track. We're leaving all that mess behind. I tried to get involved when I shouldn't have. I haven't been playing this game long enough to have any real health points or weapons. So if we run into baddies on the way to Diamond City, we need to just run past them. And we're gonna take the main road there, so we will run into some baddies. The Fallout show, the pilot episode and the second episode, were that's as far as I got. They had some things in it that I knew are cliches that are often in Amazon shows or like, you know, those primetime shows that are trying to appeal to a mass audience. They had some tropes that I don't care for, but they did it in a way that was surprising to me. So it felt very true to this series. It felt like every time things were getting serious and a little too real, the very next scene would just be gratuitous and silly and funny and ridiculous. Tonally, it's exactly what I hoped it would be, and I think many people hoped it would be. It stays true to the series. Look at this. The other thing that you probably noticed, this game looks amazing now. I am so grateful they redid the graphics for this game. It's gorgeous. They remade my most favorite game, and I'm so happy. It looks so beautiful. I mean, I can remember pretty detailed what some areas look like on the original Xbox release, and this is such a beautiful improvement. There are some stylistic, environmental, I don't know if it's the lighting that, oh, no, ah! Makes it feel a little too, crisp, like there's no haze in the air, maybe a little bit, but anyways, they redid this game and I think it looks gorgeous. I think we're getting off track for, oh yeah, we're getting way off track. Where are we going? Oh, we passed that already. Okay. Now we're going here. We want to take this road, actually. It's gonna go past that boat. Oh, where is that marker? Here we are. Yeah, we're going the right way, because we want to go a little bit to the left and then past that boat. So yeah, gratuitous violence. There was, some violence against women that I was, like, really cringing leading up to, but then Lucy's character is such a badass, and they make her unshakable for a reason, because that's the character you are in the games. The worst stuff happens to everybody, but somehow, you know, the main characters survive. So for the past week, I haven't played much. I've gone out, done some family stuff. I needed a real-world break for a little while. But now we're back, and super excited to be here. Thank you again so much for joining me. Now, let's talk about the chicken. As I'm going about my days, thinking of the first and second episode of Fallout, as I have been for the past 2 weeks, there was a point in time where I was thinking of the final scene in the pilot with the Ghoul. And there's a lot to unpack there. It's kind of clumsy in its continuity, and its lighting and its set design, which I would love to talk about. But then I had the thought and question to myself. I had to ask myself, was there a chicken in the final scene of the pilot episode? Oh, we're on our way to Diamond City. Hold please, we got some drama happening. Let's see if I have any better guns. Let's see what we got. Damage. We do! That's a short range though. I'll go with this. So the question popped into my head. Am I seeing that right? Oh, I have no ammo. Okay, drama's over. So going about my day, I was out on the patio watering my plants, and I thought to myself, was that a chicken as the final scene in the Fallout pilot? Did they really choose to end this episode that everyone was, fans were waiting for? Has this unique cast of characters. They introduced us to the Ghoul in this amazing environment, and the creators chose to end the episode with an image of a chicken. Now, there's no way they did that by accident or just to be silly. Everything in the show is so jam-packed of references. So there's gotta be some serious motivation for a pilot episode to end on that image. Now, what does that mean? What do I think it means is something that I
What do you mean
am
you
so
can't
excited
open
to
the
go
gate?
into after we talk to Piper.
Stop playing around, Danny. I'm standing out in the open here for crying out
Chicken
loud.
Piper!
I got orders
The
not to let you
chicken.
in, Miss Piper. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
Ooh, just doing your job. Protecting Diamond City means keeping me out, is that it? Oh, look, it's the spirit
She's a cool character too. I
I'm
wonder.
sorry, but
it
Mayor
would be
McDonough's
neat to
really
have,
steamed, Piper. Saying that article you wrote was all
You know, they had a
lies.
little bit of the
Whole city's
radio
in a tizzy.
DJ in Fallout, so I think we should have some more Fallout radio DJs in the show.
Lock me
I think we
out.
should have some underground newspaper presses in the show. Hello, Dog Meat, you're the
You
best.
want into Diamond City, right?
I love you, Dog Meat. They did such a great. Okay. Who are you?
What? Who are you?
Let's just let this play out.
What's that? You said you're a trader up from Quincy? You have enough supplies to keep the general store stocked for a whole month? You
Never
hear that,
noticed
Danny?
Piper doesn't really
You
blink.
gonna open the gate and let us in, or are you gonna be the one talking to crazy Myrna about losing out on all the supplies?
Just gotta keep their eyes
Jeez,
peeled
all
for the
right.
next scoop.
I need to make it personal, Piper. Give me a minute.
Alright, so the doors are open to Diamond City.
Danny catches on to the bluff.
We're gonna get through this little introduction here. Dog Meat is eagerly awaiting my cue. Let's go.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Another great day in Diamond City.
Piper. Alright, Mr. Mayor.
Who let you back inside?
You may
I
welcome me.
told Sullivan to keep that gate shut. You
Oh. Well, you could shut the gate right now. There's
rabble-rousing
time. She's
slanderer.
quite a slow walker.
The level of
I'm in
dishonesty
here.
in that paper of yours.
Or,
I'll have that
you know,
printer
it's-
scrapped for parts.
So he just tries to lock her out just for the fun of it,
Is that a statement, Mr. McDonough?
because he doesn't like her,
Tyrant mayor shuts down the
but
press.
does nothing else to try to keep her out.
Why don't we ask the newcomer? You support the news? Because the mayor's threatening to throw free speech in the dumpster.
Free speech in the dumpster? I don't abide by that. Look at the lighting on my puppy, though. I'm easily distracted. Anyways, what's a newspaper? Not my business. Support the news. I hate newspapers. I don't know anything about any of you at this point. Last time I tried to get involved, I died. So,
This really isn't any of my business.
Oh, I
Thank you.
didn't mean to bring you into this argument, miss. No. You look like Diamond City material. Welcome to the great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Safe, happy, a fine place to come. Spend your money, settle down. Don't let this muckraker here tell
spend
you
your
otherwise,
money.
all right?
Settle down. Settle down to spend your money. You're full of it. Whatever. You two arguing. I'm just gonna play it
I'm
applicable.
sure your city's a great place.
Yeah, greatest house of cards in the Commonwealth. Until the wind blows.
Now, is there anything particular
Listen
you
not
came
to
to
this
our city
woman.
for?
Come here and spend your money. Missing persons? Diamond City? I'm looking for something. I'm just gonna not answer.
Not really your business.
Thank you.
Well, whatever you do, don't bother going to Diamond City Security for help.
I've had enough of this, Piper. From now on, consider you and that little sister of yours on notice.
Yeah, keep
I vibe
talking,
with Dog
McDonough.
Meat
That's all
back
you're
there,
good
just
for.
spaced out, looking at
A
the
big
fire.
Diamond City welcome from the mayor. You feel honored yet?
Everybody else is arguing.
Look, I gotta go get settled in, but stop by my office later. I have an idea
Dog
for an
Meat's
article.
just having
you'd
his
be
own
perfect
vibe.
for.
You good? Yeah, you are. Alright, folks, we made it to Diamond City. And this is where I will tell you the final scene of the Fallout pilot episode. Features Walton Goggins' character, the Ghoul, walking off into the distance, walking into the night. In the background, with the chicken in the foreground. Now, what I believe this represents most, and I think it has a lot of meanings, is Why does the chicken cross the road? You're introduced to Walton Goggins' character, the Ghoul, and I will refer to him as Walton Goggins' character, the Ghoul. Show some respect on the name. Oh, I don't want to talk to them.
Hey, kiddo.
His
How are the paper
character.
sales?
Oh gosh, let them talk. We'll just fast
Well,
forward through this
the
part.
press-
You know, his character has been buried in the ground. They say leading up to it that he's been unburied and had pieces taken off of him by whatever guy's keeping him there. But is he keeping them there? Is he there voluntarily? What is this guy's motivation? You see him before the bombs drop with his daughter, with presumably, well, you don't see his wife yet, I don't think. But his whole world has been destroyed. His daughter is presumably, well, at this point, his daughter is long gone. He's been just going along for 200 years. You meet him getting pulled out of a grave, and suddenly, he seems really motivated to say, screw you guys, the guys that unburied him. He takes them out, he leaves them, and just goes. Why does he go? Why does the Ghoul walk off and go where he's going? What is his motivation? Why does the chicken cross the road? Why does the Ghoul do what he do what he do? Why is the Ghoul still hanging on and surviving? Why hasn't he given up? Valentine. What is his motivation? When you know his whole world before was his daughter and his family, and they're all gone, now why does he walk off? And that is the very last image. I think that is the question that the pilot episode is posing for Walton Goggins' character of the Ghoul. From Cooper, Chicken Coop, Cooper Howard, to the Ghoul, from a man on a mission that seemed to have everything in life, to 200 years later, this Ghoul who has nothing. Where is he going and why? What is the Ghoul's motivation? And I think that is the question that they're posing, and that is the question that this series is going to be centered around his character and going to answer. Where are we running to? Why are we running? Are we running the bases? I'll run with you. That was the main symbol, I think. Oh, hey, look at this. We're talking here. That was the main symbolism of the show in that scene, and that's why the show ends with a chicken. There's a lot of other things that you can unpack there. They brought a chicken because a feral ghoul, they thought, would attack it without question, and then they would know that the ghoul's feral and they could, kill him and call it done. Well, they see the ghoul walk to the chicken and pick him up. But I put it to you, go and watch that scene again. At first I thought he was picking up the chicken because I was like, oh, he's coming out of the ground. He must be hungry. There must be, he might take the chicken with him and eat it. But watch that scene again. He picks up the chicken and he looks at it. I don't think there's any pity there. I kind of thought like maybe there was some juxtaposition with him being tied up in a grave and this chicken being tied up, that somehow he felt it was justified to kill these guys because they were, keeping this chicken tied up like he's been tied up. But I don't think that's the case at all. I think he was there. I think it's kind of alludes that he's there voluntarily. But when he sees this image of Dr. Wilczek, the Enclave scientist, that sparks some kind of motivation in him. But why? So he doesn't pick up the chicken to eat it. He doesn't feel any kind of empathy or relationship to the chicken. What he's doing is picking up the chicken to untie the rope that is around it take that rope in his possession and then use that rope to kill the guys that are in front of him. Mind-blowing! And the speech is over. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So he sees the chicken. I think he sees everything for its utility. He's the most practical. He says he does it for the love of the game. But there's no way that's it. That's not the only reason. And I think that is a video game trope that they might have also been alluding to. We're just taking a nice little tour of Diamond City here. At least I took that as a nice little nod to, you know, these guys messed with the chicken and it came back to bite them. You can't do that in video games. Yeah, so the chicken crossing the road, the chickens in video games. I don't think there's any sense of chicken being used to mean a coward. I don't think that's the, reference they're making there. But chickens can represent so much. I think that's why I was so excited to share this with you. It's such a silly little thing that I could not stop thinking about. And it feels so good just to be able to talk about that. Thank you, everyone, who stuck around for that. And I would really like to know any other references or ideas that you could come up with in regards to this chicken. We're gonna follow the symbol further. And there's another thing that I wanted to talk about as well, but we'll save that for later. I wanted to talk about the left foot in the Fallout series. Let's do it.
Quite a show.
Hate it when they bring up the Institute.